Boys, girls, in-betweeners, welcome back to the Ranked Rewind, where we go through all our old fucking episodes and figure out exactly what we did wrong. And I can tell you the first thing I did wrong in this episode was start with the ending of another match. Why didn't I actually start the episode with the match, rather than going through the points from the previous match? Oh god, we're fighting Snarf! I've not seen Snarf in a long time. I used to bump into Snarf all the fucking time, actually. It was crazy. I think it's because he's too low rank. I don't think he's actually gotten up to where I am right now, which is not really a big boast. But, so this will be interesting. Oh, I can't use V-Skill. At low ranks, like Season 2 onwards, this fight is actually really easy at low ranks, because you just do V-Skill all the time against Geefs and they don't know what to do. High rank Geefs are a lot harder to do it too. Other thing as well is that in Season 1, Geef's crouching light punch was really good. And I think it got nerfed in Season 2. I'm pretty sure they reduced the hitbox on it. Just because it stuck out so far and it would beat so many moves. Like even with like when you had priority, when you're using like Stand Fierce or something like that, it would just like it was so fast and had such a good range he could just mash it and jab you out of it and get like a 3-hit combo anyway. Because it linked to itself. So we'll probably see a lot of Geef spamming crouching light punch here. So this will be interesting. And you can't see my face. This was a terrible camera setup. It was really bad. That's something I've been working on. If you've been watching any of my more recent videos since I moved into my new place, you'll see that I got a studio, I got a new lighting setup, I've got like all this shit in the background of my shots. I'm actually trying to make it look like a professional studio setup, and this just reminds me why I actually did that. But anyway, so the name of the game when you're playing as Geef is to maintain the life lead. That's basically all you gotta do, because the second you have to, like, as long as Geef has to come to you, the match is okay. It's not a fun match, but it's a match, and that's because you can make it very difficult for Geef to get in. The second that you have to go to Geef is when this match starts to really suck. And we're seeing that here, but we've got the 808 trade, so we're okay. We both died with full V-trigger and full critical heart. Holy shit. That's never good. You should never die with a full stick of butter. I do not recommend that at all. Oh, wow. Wow. So awesome. Let's see. Okay, we're on the third match. I actually really like the stage. I was talking about this on stream last night, is that I actually really like it. I think this is probably one of the best stages in Street Fighter for a long time. I think it's really interesting to look at without being distracting, which is something that's very hard to do. So I appreciate that. It's definitely, I think this is one of those stages that, like, when we've moved on to like Street Fighter 6 or Street Fighter 7, we look back at this game and be like, this game was shit, but that was a good looking stage. Someone was asking me about that last night, actually, when I was streaming. Is like, you know, what's the better game, Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5? And the thing about that is that, like, that I pointed out is that everyone shits on Street Fighter 5. Everyone's like, oh, you know, trash game, new neutral, etc. You know, babies, links, stuff like that. And they'll all go like, Street Fighter 4 was way better. It had neutral, it had, you know, rewarding combos, had all kinds of mechanics that were way better, that sort of thing. And if you ever played Street Fighter 4 when it was new, or when it was like the current game, everyone said the same fucking thing about 4. Everyone was like, Street Fighter 4 sucks, Street Fighter 3 was better. And now Street Fighter 5 sucks and Street Fighter 4 was better. So I think there's a lot of truth to the idea that people just like to shit on what the popular Street Fighter is at the time, or the popular game at the time. But I don't think Street Fighter 5 rather, is bad. I don't think Street Fighter 5 is a better game than Street Fighter 4, but in saying that, I don't think that it's a bad game at all. So I mean, I play it, I like it. It just has, like, some mechanics that really need to be fixed. Crush counters are an awful mechanic. Crush counters, I'm fine with the concept of crush counters. I think crush counters would work fine if they were just for punishing moves. If there were a tool that was there exclusively for punishing moves like DPs that are blocked, and doing it that way, that would be fine. It's like, okay, someone did something stupid, you made the right read, you now get bonus damage for punishing them. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I think that is, you know, a great, fun, rewarding mechanic that's easy to pull off. Where crush counters become a fucking problem is when you can do them in neutral. When you can throw them out in neutral and they become this huge low risk, high reward mechanic. I really hate that about this game. Especially when there are people, like, you know, characters like Akuma who have crush counters that are also positive on block. So what is the downside to throwing out Crouching Fierce when your name is Akuma? There is none. There is literally none. Because if they block it, you get a frame trap. If they don't block it, you get a combo. So it's kind of stupid. That said, we're fighting Season 1 Balrog now. And I can't remember how good Season 1... I know Balrog was really stupid good in Season 2. He was the character that everyone... Like in Season 3, the character everyone loved to hate was Abigail. In Season 2, the character everyone loved to hate was Balrog. Because he got stupid damage in Season 2. If you got hit by Vitra or Balrog, you could just sit back and watch your life bar just fucking melt. Also, judging by the name of this account, I'd say it's probably a Smash account. Because that is someone who's face rolled the keyboard if ever I saw it. But yeah, I definitely I think Rog is good now. I think Season 4 Rog is exactly where he needs to be. He's good but not great, which is exactly like a character like Rog should be, because he's got good damage output, but it's not as good as it was before, and that's fine. I'm okay with a character having good damage output when they don't have a huge amount of tools. And Rog does not have a huge amount of tools. He does not have any reversal game or anything like that. He doesn't have any, like, he doesn't have a DP, he doesn't have projectile, he doesn't have any, like, good get off me buttons sort of thing. So I'm okay, like, you know, when a character has that, I'm okay with them having good damage. Like, not stupid busted damage, but, like, good damage. Like, that's the trade-off. You trade having a lack of tools for having good damage output. That's fine. It's when you get characters like Akuma who have every tool under the fucking sun and good damage output at the cost of having low life that it becomes stupid, because low life doesn't matter if you're never getting hit. It only becomes a problem when you're actually losing the match. Like, if you are just using all these tools that you have, this library of different moves and different options available to you to destroy your opponent, what does it matter if you have 1 health or 1,000 health? It doesn't. So that's where I get very upset about characters, and yeah, Akuma's like, there we go, that's some damage output right there, but we didn't get to see how good it was because I didn't have much life left. That's where I get upset. So Akuma has that problem, Karin has that problem in Season 4. She's lacking a projectile, which is, yeah, thank God for that, but she also has full screen traversal moves, so there's that as well. But yeah, Rog, I don't mind. So I think Season 4 is exactly where he needs to be. I think he's kind of perfect. Like, a lot of people like make comments about, oh, this game is perfectly balanced now. It's not. I think Ultra Street Fighter 4 was probably the most... If you want to look at, like, I don't know much about Street Fighter 2. I know that from what I've heard, it's not a very balanced game. Even when you get up to, like, fucking turbo versions and shit like that. Hyper fighting, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't think Street Fighter 2 is ever properly balanced. I think, to my knowledge, really, when you're looking at competitive Street Fighter games, I think, for my money, the best balanced Street Fighter is Ultra Street Fighter 4. Ultra Street Fighter 4 had, you know, so many revisions to it. It had Super Street Fighter 4, it had Arcade Edition, it had Arcade Edition 2012, and then it finally had Ultra Street Fighter 4. And with all those revisions, I think the final product was actually a very fucking well-balanced game. Yes, it still has tiers. Yes, it still has garbage tier characters like Dan, but I would say 95% of that cast, 90 to 95% of that cast are exactly where they need to be. And I'm very much okay with that. This game, I would say about 70% of the cast are where they need. At Season 4, I would say 70% of the cast are where they need to be. Which is still a good portion. There's still certainly a lot of characters like Rog who are exactly where they need to be. But there's 15% of this... Oh, there's some mail from my dad. How you doing, Dad? 15% of this are definitely below where they need to be, like Juri. Juri's not far below where she needs to be. I think that, like, I'm not saying like she needs to be like top tier or anything. I think some very minor changes and like just stuff that like should be fucking obvious. Like, why does Juri have a DP the way the hitbox flickers on and off? Shit like that. Give her an EX move that's plus on block so she actually has some fucking pressure. Stuff like that would be really good. And then there's characters like Kuma and Karin who are just too good. They're still just too fucking good. Yeah, so Kuma got like some very, very minor nerfs in Season 4, but it wasn't anything that really took him down a notch. And Rashid got buffed, which was weird, because Rashid was kind of, like, even Rashid was actually still probably a little bit too good, but he was something that didn't need to get buffed. Bison sure as shit didn't need to get buffed. Stuff like that, so. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see if we get Season 4.5, but yeah, I just don't think that this game is as well balanced as some people purport it to be. That said, we're fighting Crazy Ryu, and this is interesting. I don't know if I've had a chance to talk about this before, but there are 3 very distinct flavors of Ryu that you'll run into online, and this goes all the way up to like Platinum where I am now. I've yet to not see all flavors of Ryu's. That was a bad word in Sashi, by the way. I think I was trying to predict a fireball there when I threw it out. So there's 3 flavors of Ryu. The first flavor of Ryu is the flavor of Ryu, which is the way he should be played, which is he should be played as a spacing neutral character with strong fundamentals, right? And that's the way that, like, if you're gonna play Ryu, that's how he should be played. That's how he's built to be played. If you play him any other way, it's not gonna fucking work. So that's the first one. The second one is what we see here, which is the Crazy Ryu, which is a Ryu who's just very random. And Crazy Ryu is actually more effective than you would think, because Ryu actually gets good damage in a decent number of situations. Ryu can actually get fairly solid damage. It's not great damage, it's not amazing damage, but he hits hard enough that 3 or 4 combos from Ryu, like just short combos, can actually deplete a good portion of your life bar. And if Ryu wants to be unsafe on block, if he wants to do shit where he stops being safe and keeps throwing out moves, taking the risk that you're going to like go, oh, it's my turn, when he's like, no, it's not your turn, I'm still pressing buttons. It can work. It definitely can work. And a good Crazy Ryu, like a Crazy Ryu who has good reads and a bit of luck on their side, can be a very scary thing to fight, because you're just getting hit by buttons which are just taking chunks out of your life. And that's kind of what Ryu does. So that's what we're seeing here, which is the Crazy Ryu. The third type of Ryu that you'll run into is the Runaway Ryu, which is the Ryu who gets the life lead, and it doesn't matter if it's like one hit. As long as he has a visible life lead, he will get the life lead and then immediately run away, and spend the rest of the round trying to hit you as you chase him down. But Runaway Ryus you don't really see very often. They're like the rarest ones that you see once you get past gold. Once you get to gold, they become quite infrequent. And once you get past gold, you very rarely ever see them. They do crop up from time to time. It's mostly just types 1 and 2 that you'll see. But this was a Crazy Ryu, and he won as a result of being crazy. So it does happen. He's definitely, he's one of Juri's best matchups. I'd say he used to be a best matchup. I'd still have, people disagree with me on this one. I would say he's the second best matchup after Kage now, because Kage is free right now. People are welcome to disagree with me on that, but I think he's our second best matchup. But that still doesn't mean it's easy. Ryu is only Juri's second best matchup because, by virtue of the fact that everything that Ryu does, Juri either negates or does better than him. That's the long and the short of it. She can play neutral better than Ryu does because all their buttons have better range than his do. They come out a little bit faster in some situations. That's what I'm talking about with the Crazy Ryu, who did Tatsu in a DP. Because this is back in Season 1 when DPs had invincibility for Ryu. So she can either outpoke him, or if he wants to play the range game, throw fireballs, she can V-skill through his fireballs and shut that down completely. So Ryu cannot throw fireballs while he's fighting Juri. He has to just outfight her in neutral, and that's quite difficult for him because he does not have the range advantage and the speed advantage. So, but that said, it's still, that doesn't make it easy. Juri does not have, sorry, well, she has one easy matchup, that's Kage, but everyone has that matchup. Kage is everyone's best matchup right now. Beyond that, Juri has no easy matchups. There's no matchup that I can look at aside from Kage and just go, yep, that's 3 points right there. So I've still, just because I call this the Juri's best matchup, I've still lost my share of Ryu matches. I lost one last night. I went 0-2 against Ryu last night. It was a very close match. It came down to the last hit, but I still went 0-2, and I was mad pissed about it too. Holy shit, Ram Super. Counter Super? Oh, no, yeah, it worked. Counter Supers are a bit dangerous in this game, I find. Aside from the fact that it's not optimal damage doing counter super, just the startup travel time makes it a bit hard to punish sometimes, and we're getting more notifications. But that's okay, because I think the video's over. No, we got one more round. Oh, look at that old notification on the screen. Oh, that's the one I used to have, like the Gambit GIF. Yeah, so that's kind of the Ryu matchup in a nutshell. It's a good matchup for Juri, but it's still not an easy matchup by any stretch. Juri just has varying degrees of matchups that are they just become harder as they go on. That's really all there is to it. That said, like the Shotos are pretty much all the Shotos are actually Juri's better matchups, except for Kuma. Like Ryu's a better matchup, Ken's a better matchup, that sort of thing. Kage obviously. Sagat Sagat's not great. A good Sagat player can be quite frustrating to fight because they can like if you play Sagat, you basically just want to you're a Shoto but you're turtling. That's one of the few. Oh my god, I used V-Skill in Season 1. You can only use V-Skill at full screen from Season 1. And that's when I did it from. But yeah, that's it. So, hope you enjoyed this Ranked Rewind, and we'll be back with more very soon.